Uh, with this video, we will discuss international business, which is the last chapter of class 11th business studies. In the previous chapter, we had discussed the meaning of internal trade, where the business is taking place within the geographical political boundaries of a nation. Here we are going to discuss international business. From the name itself, it is clear that when the business is taking place beyond the geographical boundaries of one's own country, it will be called as international business. So manufacturing and trade beyond the boundaries of one's own country is known as international business. Now international business, uh, we can define that, okay, external business or international business can be defined as those business activities that take place across the national frontiers. Okay, it involves not only the international movement of goods and services but also capital, personal, technology, intellectual property like patent, trademark, okay, etc. I am repeating again. International business refers to all those business activities that take place across the national frontiers, okay, boundaries. It involves not only the international movement of goods and services but also capital, personal, technology, intellectual property like patent, trademark, etc. Okay. Now the difference between domestic business and international business. In case of domestic business, the nationality of buyer and seller belongs to one country only. Okay, people or organization from one nation participate in domestic transactions. In case of international business, organizations, people from different countries participate in international business transactions. Nationality of other stakeholders, okay, like suppliers, employees, middlemen, shareholders, partners, all belong to the one same country. Whereas in international business, suppliers, employees, middlemen, shareholders may be from different countries. Mobility of factor of production. In case of domestic business, the degree of mobility of these factors of production is within the country. Okay, whereas the mobility of factors like production, factors of production like labor, capital is across nations. Okay. Now customers heterogeneity across markets. Now in case of domestic business, it is homogeneous, same country, same people. Okay, so it's almost homogeneous. Whereas in international business, there is a lot of heterogeneity or lack of homogeneity due to different languages, preference, customs across markets. Okay, different countries have their own customs, preferences, liking about products. Okay. The fifth point of difference between domestic and international business is the practices, difference in business systems and practices. Since domestic business is done within the geographical boundary of a country, the practices, the law, customs are almost same. Okay. Whereas in international business, since the business is done with different countries, with different cultures and different taste of people having different taste, so there is lot of systems, lot of difference is there. Okay, between the systems and laws and practices. Political system and risk. Now again, in domestic business there is only one system, so the risk is related to that system only. You cannot say there is no risk, there is risk, but only one country's law and policies we have to follow. Whereas in case of international business, different forms of political systems are there, so different types of risk and different barriers are there. Okay. Business regulations. In domestic business there is rules, law relating to a one country only, taxation system of one country. In international business you have to deal with the rules of various countries, the policies, tariffs, quotas of multiple countries. Okay, that makes the international business more complex. The last one, currency used in business. In domestic business, one country's currency is their own country's, whereas in international business, the involvement of various currencies are there. Okay. Then why do we indulge in international business? Now, the fundamental reason behind international business is that one country cannot produce all the goods cheaply also, and the best quality product also, because of the lack of unequal distribution of natural resources. Okay, why one country cannot produce all the things? Because of the unequal distribution of natural resources among them, and differences in productivity level also. Some countries laborers are more skilled, so they can produce a particular product or high end products better manner. Like developed countries, they produce high end products which are more expensive. Okay, then availability of various factors of production such as labor, capital, raw material that are required for different goods and services differ among nations. Some countries have lot of raw material and capital labor, some may not be having, some may be having capital but they don't have the labor, some may have both but they don't have the raw material. So various factors are there which uh, forces, or which is the reason behind the international business. Okay, so due to these differences, it is not uncommon that to find that one particular country being in a better position to produce better quality products or services at lower cost than other countries. Benefits of international business for countries. Okay, first, they are able to earn foreign exchanges, earning of foreign exchanges. International business helps a country to earn foreign exchange, which it can later use for meeting its import of capital goods and technology. Okay, then the more efficient use of resources. Okay, now the international business operates on a single principle, that produce what your country can produce more efficiently, and then trade the surplus production so generated with other countries to procure what they can produce more efficiently. Okay, clear? We should produce those products in which we are good, and then we should trade those products with other countries which they are producing more efficiently. Okay, this enables the use of resources in an efficient manner. No, we can use these resources efficiently. Then international business helps in the improving the growth prospect and employment potential, because there is a limitation of domestic market. If you are producing only for domestic market, the market is limited, but when you start producing for international market, it's a huge market. So uh, employment opportunities also increases, and the production also increases. Then increase in standard of living, because of international business, every country gets the best at a lower prices, so the people are able to improve their standard of living. Then what are the benefits to firm? First, in domestic market more competition is there and the margins may be less. In international business the margins are higher, so businesses can earn higher profits. Increased capacity utilization. Okay, in domestic market the demand is saturated, and in international market if it is higher you can produce more. Okay, then the firms are able to utilize their full capacity. Third point, prospectus for growth. Business firms can considerably improve their growth prospectus, because in international business a bigger market is there, profit margin is also higher, so the growth for the businesses is firm is more in international business. Then it helps the companies to avoid that intense competition in domestic market. Okay. Then many countries vision is to go international, increase their market capitalization, sales, profits and all. So international business helps them to achieve their business visions. Okay.